all understand the anxiety behind flying. Humans were not meant to fly, as evinced by the fact that we don't have wings. Falling from even a standing position hurts. But yet we take to the skies in pressurized tubes that could potentially lead to instantaneous death. And this is why we accept the fear of flying and the anxiety behind it as reasonable emotions to express prior to and even during the flight. But what about going to the gym? Chances are extremely high that you will not die at the gym, nor even be remotely seriously injured there, provided you are aware and careful. You are not laughing at gravity. You are not defying your very human nature. Yet regardless of this, the thought of going to the gym fills you with extreme bouts of anxiety. Maybe it's the thought of being around other people. Maybe it's the fear of the unknown and that you get there and don't know what to do. Maybe you don't want to embarrass yourself because you don't think you lift heavy enough weights. Maybe you're afraid of being overwhelmed. Maybe you're afraid of feeling the pain of working out over the next few days. And maybe you're afraid it will eat up the time you would otherwise use to relax. Should you be filled with near crippling anxiety toward the gym, there are things you can try out. Just like millions of people get over the fear of flying every single day, you too can practice mastery over your own fear of the gym. A personal favorite bit of wisdom I've come across comes from Terry Crews. If you don't know who he is, imagine a 6'3" guy weighing in at 245 pounds and shredded. He is also well known for having the awesome talent of making his pecs dance. Back in 2015, Cruz didn't ask me anything on Reddit. Someone asked him how to get motivated to train every day, and Cruz opened with, "Treat the gym like a spa," and proceeded to explain that forming the habit of going to the gym is more important than actually working out, because if you have fun with what you're doing, you'll keep doing it. In addition, by going to the gym continually, you get over the fear of a new, unfamiliar place. With time, it becomes so familiar that it feels comfortable even. And this is especially true for those of us that stress a lot about going to new places. And remember too that these beginning visits don't have to be anything more than you going, sitting on a bench, and then leaving. Cruz even suggests reading a magazine. Maybe they have a smoothie bar you could order a drink at to give yourself something to do to extend your stay. Make it as fun as possible, basically. And this leads into the next possibility: bring enjoyable distractions. Save things you like for the gym. Make the choice to not listen to your favorite podcasts or soundtracks, TV shows, or other media until you are working out. Nothing is more exciting than getting to indulge in new content you're excited for. Couple this with the gym, and now you have a mental high associated with the gym itself, making it a place that offers you happiness beyond the pain of working out. On top of this, the mental high keeps getting refreshed because you are consuming content that is continually updating and changing versus listening to one soundtrack on repeat forever. If that isn't enough to distract from the anxiety of being around so many people, go during the off hours. I hate going to a busy gym because I hate having to wait for machines when I'm ready to use them. Though I do enjoy working out, I don't want to add another hour to my day just because the only bench press was taken. Because of this, I always try to hit up whatever gym I go to when I know there aren't going to be a lot of people there. Even if that means getting up super early or going super late, so be it. This way, the only challenge is during the month of January when the gyms are loaded with New Year's resolutioners. But if that isn't enough, consider slowly amassing a home gym. You don't need a lot, and most of it you can buy used. With this, you'll never even have to compete for space or even worry about when to work out. But if people aren't your problem, maybe being overwhelmed is. Even a small apartment complex gym can seem like too much. There are machines, you aren't sure of what they do, and there's a lot of them, and a few things are more intimidating than walking into a specialty store and having no clue where to even begin. The solution to this is to simply do your homework before going. Take the time to find a program you like. Spend time reading it over so you understand what you should be doing. Spend time going through each exercise to watch how it's performed properly online. Mentally go over the routine until you're comfortable enough with it to try it out. Once that's all set, head to the gym. Going with a routine will give you a specific purpose and a specific course of action. It will save you from walking around confused, wondering what machine you should even start on. And while not everyone is intimidated by this, many are, and having a plan is the best way to overcome such an extreme influx of possibilities. If you'd rather not choose something on your own, schedule time with a personal trainer. This will save you from having to come up with your own routine, which can be overwhelming in its own right, but still give you a defined purpose once you hit the gym. As a word of warning, be ready with goals you have. Your personal trainer can only give you a great plan if they know what it is you're hoping to achieve. That being said, it's okay to tell them you are overwhelmed and have no idea, that you're simply looking to get healthier. That's a great answer as well. And from there, your trainer will know where to start you and advance you as you ultimately know what you want. There's no shame in telling a professional you have no idea what you're doing. They've been there. They understand that feeling better than anyone. That's why they became professionals in their field, to help those that are lost find a direction. If that's not enough, look outward and find a partner you know will motivate you. The key here is finding someone that doesn't need motivation. You want a partner that already goes to the gym regularly because you want someone that won't accept your excuses. It's kind of like forming a parasitic relationship that will flourish into a symbiotic one. In the beginning, they don't need you to keep going to the gym, but you need their determination to keep you focused. In time, you find your own will to go and eventually offer them motivation to work harder, and vice versa, until you have a positive feedback loop where both of you keep advancing because of the other. Just be mindful of your temporary dependence, though. It's not a bad thing to need to feed off the strong will of another to get going, kind of like kickstarting a car. One car has plenty of juice, while the other just needs to receive a little bit of that to get going, and then things are great. The thing you have to be wary of is never weaning yourself off of that jump start. If you keep sucking out the battery juice without returning any, eventually you'll suck them dry and they'll have nothing left to give. In the end, though, you just have to do it. All of these options I've talked about are merely ways to cope with what causes the fear, but the fear never actually goes away. You simply have to do what you can to give yourself enough strength to overcome it. It's like getting on that plane. You can do all the drinking you want, but nothing is going to get you on that plane unless you yourself walk onto it. Same goes for everything else in life, including the gym. Prep all you want, but nothing can progress unless you step into it and do the work. Learn how to conquer that fear, and the world is your oyster.